Hey guys, welcome back to the Struggleville YouTube channel. For this video, I want to talk about this somewhat new development with this Amazon brand, Denali Tools, and they have some cordless tools now that are cross-compatible with the Skill 20-volt tools, and that is something I really like. I am happy to see this because anything that nudges us towards universal compatibility of batteries and chargers makes me happy. So much money is spent being in different platforms. I have a charger for this and a battery for that, and I got these tools, and you may be in, like me, I probably have 8 different power tool lineups. And it's insane. It costs so much more money, and we may never, probably will never, see the day where the batteries are as interchangeable as a AA or AAA battery. But any development that nudges us in that direction, I am happy to see. So there's some macro and micro points I want to make about this tool lineup. First off, the Denali brand itself, it is an Amazon brand. All their products say shipped and sold by Amazon. The top of the product, the titles all say Amazon brand. The hand tools have been around for a long time. They've kind of come and gone. They had hand tools, they had accessories, they had work gloves. As far as the 20-volt tools that are compatible with Skill, the earliest review I could find on any of these tools was on October 27th of 2022. That would be this year. And it was a Vine Voice review. So those are free products that are given to reviewers. And a lot of times they'll get the product ahead of the launch date and be given a date that it'll be active. Because obviously the review couldn't have been posted on the product page before it was even created. So October 27th has to be fairly close to when these cordless tools came out. Obviously, Amazon has a ton of money, almost a limitless supply of money. So I would not be worried about this specific brand disappearing, but even if it did, with the cross compatibility with the tools, the batteries, and the chargers, you can always just migrate to the Skill or have a mishmash of both Denali and Skill tools. Maybe you mostly have Denali, but they don't make product X, but Skill does have product X, and you can have a little bit of both. That's one of the problems we run into with the Amazon-specific brands that are just some random Chinese company putting out tools. Sometimes we get lucky, and the tool brand's been around for 4 or 5 years. That's as long as I've been posting the deals, so I wouldn't be able to tell you any history beyond that. And other ones end up like Tack Life, where they got banned from Amazon and the company basically got wiped out. At one time, it was actually fairly good. They had good quality tools, and we could get the promo codes and discounts to get them really cheap. And it worked out beautifully for everybody until they got banned. And of course, we can't tell when or if that'll ever happen to any company, whether it's banned, going out of business, just stopping a certain product lineup. But it's a little harder to determine on these Amazon brands because you don't know their origins, you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Denali, being an Amazon brand, they're going to stick with it. They've pumped some money into it now. They're not going to just drop it. But even if they did sometime down the road, you still have the Skill. So that's one thing I really like about this specifically. Again, anything that gets us to a more universal battery is a positive development to me. Because think right now, you have both DeWalt and Craftsman tools. Stanley Black & Decker, parent company, they're both manufactured by the same people essentially. And, different tool brands have different tiers. You have an economy, you have a mid-scale, you have an upper scale. But you can't use your Craftsman batteries on a DeWalt tool. So the same company's dicking you twice by making you buy batteries and chargers for both different items when, from a consumer's perspective, you are much better off with some kind of cross compatibility. Now, do I think that's ever going to happen universally and wherever? Probably not. I mean, we have the adapters that you can buy that work varying degrees of, some of them are better than others. But I would love to see things go into that trend. So Amazon being a huge company, Skill, Chevron, another large company, those kinds of partnerships, especially if this isn't exclusive with Amazon. If Amazon then did this with DeWalt tools in their own brand, we could really see an expansion there. And I think it's good for everybody involved, really. I'll have this page on my website linked down below. You can see a link to the full Denali brand page, which they do have a lot of tools and a lot of things are on sale right now. Of course, we're in the Christmas shopping season, so that should be expected. And then here are just the skill compatible cordless tools. I listed some of them because they are on sale. $48.72 for a drill with the charger and the battery. It's a really good deal considering the cross compatibility. You're getting more out of it than just the drill itself. Now, they have 2 amp hour batteries, they have 4 amp hour batteries. The charger is 2.4 amp output, which is pretty middle of the road there. Middle of the road, middle of the road, it's in the middle. um, so, for instance, DeWalt, which I have the most knowledge of, their base charger is a 2 amp output. That's the DCB 112. Their upgraded charger is the DCB 115. That's a 4 amp output. But they also have other chargers like the DCB 107, which is either 3/4 or 1.25 amp output. The point being is it kind of goes all over the place. So 2.4 is right in the middle there. It's not the best in the world, but it's not bad. I mean, the Hart from Walmart charger, the standard charger you get is a 1 amp output. So that's a pretty slow charger in comparison. We also have the Impact Driver. Now this one comes with 2 batteries. I also will say if you go to the product page on this drill, they have an option to get a second battery, and I think it was $10 more to get the additional 2 amp hour battery. So we have the Impact Driver currently on sale for $58.47. Of course, that is a full kit again. The circular saw is going to come with the upgraded 4 amp hour battery, and it's $64.97. That's a full kit. You could pay $64.97 for just a 4 amp hour battery from some other tool brands. We have the reciprocating saw kit. We're back to the 2 amp hour battery with this guy, $58.47. The jigsaw is also $58.47. That's coming with the 2 amp hour battery. We have the oscillating tool. You can see it's a pretty developed brand, and I would assume we're going to get even more out of this as time goes. $57.17. The orbital sander at $51.97. The angle grinder is going to also be paired with the 4 amp hour battery, which is a pretty good choice for an angle grinder. You're not getting a ton of life out of it with a 2 amp hour battery, but $57 for that. We have the rotary hammer kit. It's coming with a 2, $74.72 on that one. This little 4-tool kit, that looks identical. I mean, it probably is identical to the Skill LED light, which I really like. I have the 12-volt version, but it looks identical. $146.22, and that is coming with 2 amp hour batteries. So 4 tools, 2 batteries, and the charger for $146. DIYer, homeowner type stuff. It's hard to beat that price. And then if you just wanted to buy the Denali 4 amp hour battery by itself, $45.37. Now I really wouldn't do that because $45.37 for that battery at this pricing, we could go and get a few dollars more, get that angle grinder and the charger to go with it. We could get, what was the other one? The circular saw had the 4 for $64.97. That's getting a little bit more, but if you had to use for the circular saw, obviously that's a better deal for you. So that's about it. I'm just really glad I want to see more brands do this. And I don't know the function of that because look, DeWalt's not going to be coming out with a whole new tool lineup anytime soon. Craftsman is not going to be coming out with a whole new tool lineup anytime soon. So that is not in the future horizon near term. But deals with Amazon, maybe another large company. Possible? I mean, who would have, before you saw this, who would have said, oh, yes, Amazon's going to partner with Skill and they're going to have cross-compatible tools? You would have said, get the hell out of here. You're a liar. You're wrong. So it's not completely impossible for something similar to happen with another brand. I'm not going to say it's likely, but it's not impossible. But I would love the option because there's different tools you use different amounts. I use an impact driver all the time. I use an impact wrench all the time. I use my reciprocating saw quite often because I like using it to trim trees and stuff. And I got a lot of damn trees on my property. But like a circular saw, I don't use a circular saw very often. I don't like circular saws. I can't cut straight. It looks like shit. So I avoid it. When I can, I'll use a table saw or miter saw. Sometimes you don't have the option, and I get a crooked cut. Point is, I don't need a brushless top-of-the-line circular saw. I'm not going to use it enough to ever get the value out of it. Give me the brushed. Give me the base model on that one, okay? Give me the economical one, even if it is brushless. Give me a brand that sells it a little bit cheaper. But it doesn't mean I want a whole new battery lineup to do it. I don't want to have another charger and keep track of this. And, I got this charged battery, but it doesn't fit on the circular saw. The circular saw battery's dead. I got to wait 2 hours for that thing to charge before I can use it. That sucks. Couldn't tell you how much. I probably have 8 different power tool brands, cordless tool brands. I got chargers coming out the ass over here. So many batteries and chargers and keeping track of what's charged. It's a nightmare. Can you just imagine a world where you have maybe 2 chargers, same brand, using the same batteries? You got like a whole wall, whole shelf, toolbox, wherever you keep your tools, they all use the same battery. Now maybe you want to use a 2 amp hour, maybe you want the 4 amp hour, maybe you got some high draw outdoor power equipment or a cordless miter saw or cordless table saw, something where you need the big old 12, 15 amp hour battery. But they're all interchangeable. I use this one with this, I use this one with that, they use the same charger. You can dream, So that's it, guys. I don't know how excited you'll be about the Denali brand specifically because Skill is not one of the major players. It's not Milwaukee, it's not DeWalt, it's not Makita, but still, I like the development and I'm hoping to see more of it. So thanks for watching. Make sure you give the video a like, subscribe for a nice subscriber. I'll see you guys next time.